Hey, everybody, welcome to Takeoff with John Clark, and we've got a big Thursday night game, the home opener for the Eagles against the Vikings. It is Prime Video Thursday Night Football. Let's bring in one of the all-time great cornerbacks, Richard Sherman. I don't think you ever lost to the Eagles, am I right?
Yeah, I don't remember losing to them. You're right. You're totally right on that one.
Hey, so big matchup with a receiver against a cornerback with Justin Jefferson against Darius Slay. Slay held him down last year, just 6 catches, 48 yards. What does he do so well against Justin? What does he need to do?
Well, he just does things so well, period. You know, Darius Slay is one of the best athletes on the field, you know, even at his age. You know, everybody's like, oh, over 30, a corner can't. Slay is built of something different. You know, I don't know how they built it or why they built him that way, but he's still so quick, so fast, so instinctual, still so explosive. And so he matches up very well with Justin Jefferson's skill set. Obviously, the Minnesota Vikings are going to do things to motion him down and get him away from Slay in other ways, not allow him to press him. They also have Jordan Addison on the other side now for James Bradbury to match up, and I'm sure they'll all see enough of each other. And it'll be one of the better receiver corner matchups that we'll get this season. And I look forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
You're going to be working the Amazon Prime Video schedule, 16 games being streamed. When you have Slay and Bradbury, even throw in there Avonte Maddox, where would you rank them as a combo in the NFL?
I'd say they're 1 or 2. You know, obviously the guys out in New York and Reed and Sauce, Michael Carter. Then you got the guys in Dallas. You know, you got Gilmore and Diggs. It's going to be hard to rank any of them because they're all very elite and very, very good at what they do. But, you know, the cornerback duos in NFC East are really fantastic. So you got to give a lot of credit there. But I think the Eagles' overall defense is one of the best in the National Football League. You lose Javon Hargraves and all his production, but you still have Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Jalen Carter now, Nolan Smith now, and you got all this. You got this abundance of riches, Jordan Davis. So I think it's going to be another fun year for them. You know, maybe this year they'll break the sack record. They were 2 away last year. I think they'll be hard pressed to get close again.
And when you look at the Eagles receivers, you have studied receivers throughout your career, A.J. Brown, DeVonta Smith. Where would you rank them in the NFL as a tandem?
That's a great question. I would say they're top 5 tandems in the National Football League because of all day, always open A.J. Brown and what he brings to that physicality. But then DeVonta Smith is smooth. You know, he's an intermediate threat, but can also stretch the field and do so many things. They're so dynamic. And then Jalen Hurts has the ability to get them the football in their spots and extend the plays. And that offensive line, Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson, 2 Hall of Famers that'll give him all the time that he needs and open these gaps. It's just a really fun team to watch, but I think they're going to have a great year, and it's going to be hard for that Minnesota defense. You know, they got a new defensive coordinator. They got some new pieces, but those guys are tough to match up with.
And you, of course, faced DeVonta Smith. I listened to your podcast. Did he kind of push you into retiring?
Yeah, my body pushed me into retiring, but yeah, I was covering them. And then we played later on that year, we played the Commanders, and I strained my calf before we even freaking got on the field to play. I strained it in warmups, and it was one of those things. But DeVonta Smith is a really good receiver in the National Football League. I look forward to him having a big year. I think this is going to be his breakout season. People are going to have to double and find ways to stop A.J. Brown and deal with the run game. They have Swift now, who is a really dynamic playmaker in the backfield and can catch the ball. It's going to be a tough team to stop.
So that DeVonta Smith in 2021, I believe it was, like you were trying to cover him on a route and you just said, man, I can't do this anymore with these kids.
No, I covered him on the route. My groin said I can't do it anymore. I had him covered, and then we went to go run again. I think Jalen was scrambling or something, and I went to pop out and, chase him around, and my groin said, nope. I said, whoa, this is that might be all she wrote, folks.
So when you watch the Eagles and, of course, going against the Vikings on Prime Video Thursday night, Jalen Hurts and his story, is it one of the better stories you've seen progressing each year into basically an MVP candidate?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic story. I mean, this is one of they write movies about. You know, you talk about even all the way through college, the story about Alabama, the national championship. You know, all the publicity around that, all the media and conversations around that, and Tua Tagovailoa, and you know how that transpired, and then him going to Oklahoma and how well he did there, and then getting to the league and not being a first-round pick. Which is going to come, you know, I mean, it's going to benefit him in the end. His money's going to come, and he's going to be pretty happy he wasn't a first-round pick. But that's a story for a different day. But a fantastic story, fantastic family. It seems like a great father, a great mother, and you just want you know kids like that. You want to see win. You want to see him do well, and he's doing well. And I'm sure everybody's proud of him. I'm sure the city of Philadelphia is excited that they have him as their quarterback for the future and the foreseeable future. It's a fun team. It's a great team to be on. And while he's there, they'll have a chance at a Super Bowl.
We look forward to seeing you in Philly. I remember Chip Kelly said you were the best cornerback in the game when he faced you. You faced a lot of great Eagles receivers like Deshaun Jackson. We mentioned DeVonta Smith, guys. Who was the toughest Eagles receiver you've ever had to cover?
Oh, that's tough. I'd probably say D-Jack. D-Jack, because I didn't face AJ. I would have faced him in that game had I not, you know, my groin that gave out on me, but I didn't get to stand across from him in that game. So yeah, I would say D-Jack. I grew up with D-Jack, and you know, I've always known about his speed and his explosiveness, but he just has the next man speed. And I mean, it can't even be measured in 40 time or anything like that, because it's like how fast does he need to go? That's where he's going. Hey, put it out 90 yards. He's going to get there and go find a way to catch it. But yeah, D-Jack is probably the one.
Final question for you. Out of all the Eagles receivers or anybody with the Eagles that you have faced, who is the best trash talker and who is the worst trash talker that you've gone against?
The best and worst on the Eagles? I mean, I don't know if we had very much trash talking going back and forth when we played them, because the game we played when Chip was the coach was such a fast game. You know, I think we only played like 39 plays. So it wasn't a lot of trash talk, but you know, every time I see Fletcher and Brandon, you know, those guys, you know, because those are guys from my era, you know, we always have a good conversation and good chop it up. But Slay can go with the best of them if you piss him off. I don't know a ton about if James Bradbury is getting into it like that, but I know if you start chirping with Slay, he can go back with the best of them.
All right, well, we look forward to Prime Video Thursday Night Football, Eagles-Vikings. But I think Eagles fans, I saw you say you think the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl, so I don't know if Eagles fans are going to like that.
Hey, well, you know, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I stand on what I believe. I think you guys have a fantastic team, and I think that's going to be a repeat of the NFC Championship game. But I'm excited to see that one, but I stand on that one.
All right, well, we appreciate the time. One of the all-time greats at cornerback. We appreciate it. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in Philly Thursday Night Football on Prime Video. Appreciate the time.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, joining us now, DeVonta Smith. And tell Philly about your week. You knew you were expecting with you and your girlfriend. When did you have a baby girl?
Yesterday morning, you know, kind of caught it by surprise. Wasn't supposed to be till later, but it happened.
So where were you when your girlfriend had the baby girl?
Well, she had it while I had time to get there and everything. You know, I was just getting out of practice.
So yesterday, Saturday?
Yeah.
And then you leave on the flight with your team to head here?
Yeah.
Emotionally, how are you right now?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, everything timed up perfectly. So, you know, I wasn't really rushing or nothing like that. I had time to do pretty much anything I needed to do.
For the city of Philadelphia, what's the name of your baby girl?
Kicey.
How amazing was that moment, and then to be able to score a touchdown here and do a little hold the baby celly?
It was amazing, man. You know, it's a blessing, you know, to bring a child into this world. You know, there's no feeling like it.
Have you been able to text with your girlfriend about how she's doing after the game?
Not yet. I ain't texted yet.
How much are you looking forward to getting home and seeing your new family?
Oh, yeah. We need to go ahead and, you know, speed this up so we can get home.
All right, I'll ask you a couple quick questions. So, obviously, the talk is going to be the offense probably didn't play as well as you wanted. What do the Patriots and Bill Belichick do to you that is so effective?
They did a great job of disguising coverages. You know, they made it tough. You know, holding the disguise to the last second to where you really didn't know what they were doing. So, did a great job of that.
Was the game plan going in to have a heavy mix of run and pass?
I think the game plan going in was, you know, kind of do both. But when you don't really know what people are doing, you know, you got to adapt. And that's what we had to do. Took us a good little minute to adapt, but second half we did better. Still didn't get touchdowns and things like that, but we were able to move the ball better. Got to be better on first down.
How about Jalen Hurts? I heard in the locker room afterwards he walked up and down and thanked everybody on defense. Talk to me about what your defense was able to do hanging on in this game.
Yeah, man, that's part of being a team, man. You got to have each other's back. We're struggling. Defense, they're going to be there for us. When they're struggling, we're going to be there for them. So that's part of, being a team, having each other's back, having full trust in each other.
What was Jalen like after Jabril Peppers caused that fumble?
Oh, we got to, cheer on the defense. That's what it was. It's nothing we can do about that. Got to go on to the next drive, cheer on the defense and, just get them ready, help them with anything that we see. It might be something we see on the sideline that, they probably didn't catch. So, just trying to help those guys, cheer them on.
This team was in the Super Bowl, obviously, last year, and so everybody expects, hey, the Eagles are going to come out, they're going to blow out the Patriots, or they're going to win handily on the road. Are you satisfied with this win, or there's a lot to work on?
It's a lot to work on. I mean, that's definitely not the mindset of this team. Anything we did last year don't have nothing to do with this year. And as you see, we went out there and we struggled. So just going out there, just got to be better.
What was Nick's message to you guys after this?
It was ugly, but, a win is a win. Got a quick turnaround. Got to get ready for the next game.
So when you start this game, after the whirlwind of having your first child, are those thoughts flashing through your mind? Are you picturing your baby girl when you're out there? I mean, how do you put it out of your mind?
Oh, no, I'm locked in. When I'm at work, I'm at work.
Well, congratulations to you. What an amazing weekend.
Appreciate it.
Are you thankful that it worked out this way? I mean, what if you were here in New England and got the call that she was in labor?
Oh, we would have had to, try to get back.
Well, congratulations to you. I'm sure all of Philadelphia is very happy for you and your new family.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, DeVonta. All right, joining us now, Eagles great Mike Quick. And look, this is a Super Bowl contender. They went to the Super Bowl last year.
Sure.
They didn't perform like a Super Bowl contender.
Correct.
But it is week one on the road without a lot of preseason action.
Yeah.
So settle everybody down or let us know what you saw.
So, first of all, it's the NFL. And anytime you can win in this league, you're happy to get a win. It wasn't pretty. There are a lot of things that happen. First of all, you go into Foxborough and you've got a constant rain almost the entire first half. There's so many elements to deal with. You've got Bill Belichick on the other side, one of the smartest coaches in all of football. So they had that early drive, but he's going to make some adjustments, and he started to slow them down. But when you win in this league, you have to take that and just move on. Try and make sure that you're better at all the things that you weren't good with the next time.
You obviously have new defensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator,
Sure.
Brian Johnson with Jalen Hurts. And first half, Jalen Hurts said the rain affected some things. Maybe
Absolutely.
That's why they had 50-50. But then in the second half, you saw them get to their best players more. Would you like to have seen more out of the passing game?
Absolutely. And I'll tell you exactly where I'd like to see more. A lot more Dallas Goedert. He had one target on the entire day. And you can't have that. When you've got a guy that's that talented, you have to make sure that he's a part of your passing game. And even if you have to just scrap everything and make sure that the ball's going to go to him regardless, you got to get him involved in the game.
Defensively, obviously, we saw the defensive line. They had some moments of pressuring Mac Jones. Jalen Carter got his first sack.
Yep.
But they gave up over 300 yards passing to Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Patriots aren't known to be a passing attack.
No.
So do you think there's a lot of communication and there's a lot of things they have to work out on defense under Sean Desai?
So you got to think about this. Bill O'Brien is now the offensive coordinator in New England. They're better passing team under Bill O'Brien. They're smarter in the way that they approach the passing game. So you're going to have your difficulties. But, yeah, this team they just simply have to play better. This is a better football team than they showed today. Maybe there's some rust involved. And I know Nick spoke to the fact that he didn't play his starters in the preseason. Maybe there's some of that. But still, when you win in this league, you have to be happy with winning in this league.
I know, and Philly has Super Bowl hopes.
Yes.
It is only week one. Final question for you. Were you in any way surprised at all about how Kenny Gainwell is the number one back? I mean, DeAndre Swift didn't even get a carry, I don't think, until the second half.
Right.
Kenny was featured.
He was the featured guy, and I was a little bit surprised by that. And it leads me to believe that there's a lot of motivating by playing other people at multiple positions. And if I look at Aaron Sipos, the punter, and how he hit the ball today, I think it's his best day of hitting punts. And Is that motivated by the fact that he had competition, he was released, and all of these things? Well, I think maybe there's something there with this coaching staff in the way that they choose to motivate to get the most out of these players.
Very interesting. And I think, like Jalen Hurts said, this team is going to be happy to get back out quickly at home Thursday night.
Yep, for sure.
All right, we'll see you there, Mike Quick.
You got it.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, mom, so flagrant.